Darkness fills my body, numbing every cell. No cry, no scream can help me escape it. The unknown was awaiting me every night, shattering me even more than what I was. The knowing wasn't my darkness, it was the unknown, and I was about to reveal my shattered glass to her, because I couldn't do it anymore, not by myself. The battle now was to replenish it. I stepped into her room. Its white walls covered with laughing faces suddenly turned black, sending a pitiful chill down my spine. A blanket of darkness hugged the room around me. As she laid, struggling for her breath, her once soft features, now made of stone, became visible as the sunlight from the long blinds slightly moved from side to side. A faint smile crept on her round, pale face when she saw me across the room. My chest ached, making my lungs burn. I made my way to her. My legs felt foreign. I stood 2 feet away. When I felt millions of miles from her, I opened my mouth. The lump in my throat made it difficult to speak. My eyes felt heavy, threatening to give away. I dropped my gaze from her, because I knew I was going to break her. I examined the rug, tracing the different patches of red and gold flowers. My eyes drifted to her when I murmured, "Mom," my bottom lip quivering. She stared at me with fright in her eyes. I braced myself for the last conversation I would have with her, which I have dreaded for so long. As I stood listening to every word she struggled out, I remember how I felt a week ago. The words that had haunted me, that were penetrated in my head, felt like nails being stabbed in my throat, leaving the sour taste on my tongue. I shifted to the edge of the worn-out bed, pulling my tan legs from the summer up to my chest. I couldn't look at her through the pools in my eyes. I peered through my lashes, my eyes swollen. I lifted my chest. The air was thick around like an oven, making it harder to breathe. I looked around the room, memorizing every little detail. The smell of her perfume, the cross hanging from the bed. I memorized everything, down to the feeling that I felt at the moment. My shoulders felt hot, sending a discomfort to my throbbing forehead. Even though the hole in my chest was still hollow, I felt like an elephant was lifted off of them. I turned my head to my mother, the one who cared and protected for me. The agony in her eyes made my chest ache. A jolt of pain shot out of me, knocking me to the ground, seeing my mother suffer, and I couldn't do anything to stop it. I looked into her eyes. I used to get lost in her chocolate brown eyes every time I would stare at them. But today I saw a difference in them. I saw the reflection of the stabbing she felt in her heart as she said goodbye to her daughters. I felt a rush of emotions, like the ones you get before you go on a roller coaster. I prepared myself. I said the last words I knew that she could hear clearly. I said, "I love you." The next day, my mother died. As I reflect now, I now know and realize how important it is to tell people that you love them, to say "I love you," and to hear them say it back. Because every day I say it, and I'm returned by silence.